Hello everyone, my name is Danny Maxey and I work in the world of cybersecurity. So take a second just to think about how much information is stored on your phone. Now think about what would happen if someone took all that information and were able to just do with it whatever they wanted to. Chances are it would be bad. So tonight, I'm going to talk to you about some different ways that people will try to steal your information and what you can do to try and make sure that you don't become a victim to somebody trying to steal it. So let's go over the first way, and that's through phishing. And no, this isn't the type of phishing where you just bait a hook, but it does use the same method, which is baiting you, usually through an email that is trying to get you to click on it. A big one right now is through COVID-19 emails about stimulus checks, so just be careful of that. You don't want to open them because that's how you lose your information. And just by getting a little virus on your phone, everything becomes susceptible to being taken. And through the report that Verizon Data Breach did in 2020, it shows that 3.4% of people receiving a phishing email open it. And that's still alarmingly high when you take into account how many people are receiving these on a daily basis. So the second way is by just not having an up-to-date device. That 2010 iPhone you've been rocking since high school or college with that hot pink case probably isn't going to cut it when it comes to the information security. In today's cybersecurity world, newer is better. That's just how it is, because it's going to have the newest antivirus, it's going to have the newest softwares, the newest hardwares that are much harder to crack. And those old devices have long been since cracked, and all of their ways to get into them has been discovered by everyone, and it's just super easy to get into. So to help protect yourself and your information of your loved ones, you're going to want to upgrade your phone every few years. You don't always need the newest, but don't expect that your great-grandma's Nokia from the 1400s to exactly help you out in the terms of cybersecurity. Another way that people will try and steal your information is through Bluetooth phone jacking. And it sounds like something straight out of a spy movie, but it's not. The bad guy just waits for you to turn your Bluetooth on. He's got his laptop, and boom, with a press of one button, they have all of your information. Chances are it's just mirroring your phone. But even then, if you open up your bank account and your account and routing numbers are on there, then you lose both of those to them, and it is much harder to recover. So some ways to fight against this is just be conscious of where you're turning your Bluetooth on. Don't turn it on in big public places unless you absolutely have to, and just do it when you're at home or when you are in safe places that you know you can trust. The last thing we can go over is password protection. It's something you see everywhere, and it's details that we should know, but chances are we are cycling through the same 3 or 4 passwords, and they don't get changed very often anyways. So it's much easier to find these passwords because once a bad guy finds one of them, they have that password for all of your devices because you could be using them for all. And if you are, then you need to change it, because then that way, if a bad guy comes up with one password, they don't have access to everything. So in the report by J.R. Ralph, editor of CSO, he said that 68% of people never change their passwords. That is insanely high. So the easiest way to combat this is just change your password. It doesn't have to be every month, but maybe once a year, look over all your passwords and make sure they're not all the same thing. So tonight we covered a few different ways that people will try and take your information from your mobile devices. We looked at phishing, we looked at Bluetooth jacking, we looked at old phones and password protection. So just by being a little bit more cognizant of these topics, you can help protect you and your loved ones from ever being a victim of an information security breach. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a fantastic evening. I'm Danny Maxey.